In the world of academic writing, two terms often cause confusion: thesis and research paper. Both involve research, analysis, and formal writing. Both are tools for sharing ideas and findings with the academic community. Yet, they are not the same. A thesis is like building a house from the ground up. You create the design, gather materials, and put the structure together in your own original way. A research paper, on the other hand, is more like redecorating or upgrading an existing house. You work within an existing framework, adding your own perspective and style. To truly understand the difference, we need to look deeper into their purposes, structures, components, and evaluation methods. What is a thesis? A thesis is a large, formal research project written to earn an advanced academic degree, such as a master's or doctorate. It contains original research that contributes something new to the field. This could be a new theory, a fresh interpretation of existing knowledge, a solution to a problem that has not been fully solved before. The thesis is usually the final step in completing a degree. It's not just about collecting information, it's about creating new knowledge. That's why it requires months, or even years, of study, experiments, and analysis. Structure of a thesis. The structure of a thesis is extensive and detailed because it must explain every stage of the research process. A standard thesis structure usually includes title page, full details of the work, author, and institution, abstract, summary of objectives, methods, findings, and significance, acknowledgements, formal thanks to contributors, table of contents, listing of all chapters, headings, and appendices. Chapter 1, Introduction, Background, Context. Problem statement, research questions, objectives, significance, and definitions of key terms. Chapter 2, Literature Review, comprehensive discussion of existing studies and theoretical frameworks. Chapter 3, Methodology, detailed explanation of research design, population, sampling, instruments, procedures, and analysis methods. Chapter 4, Results, presentation of findings in a clear, organized format. Chapter 5, Discussion, interpretation of results, linking them to research questions and literature. Chapter 6, Conclusion, summary of contributions, implications, limitations, and recommendations, references, full list of cited works, appendices. Supplementary material such as raw data, questionnaires, or transcripts. A thesis is organized into multiple chapters, each serving a specific purpose, and must show a logical flow from the research question to the final conclusion. What is a research paper? A research paper is a shorter, focused academic document that examines a specific question or topic. It can be based on original research, primary data, or existing research, secondary data. Unlike a thesis, a research paper does not need to break entirely new ground. It can present an analysis of existing studies, offer a new perspective on a known issue, share results from a smaller study or project. Research papers are common in undergraduate and graduate courses, academic journals, and conferences. They can be written individually without a supervisor and are often completed in weeks or months rather than years. Structure of a research paper. The structure of a research paper is simpler and more concise than that of a thesis. A typical research paper includes title, concise, precise, and specific, abstract, brief summary, 150 to 250 words, of purpose, methods, and findings, introduction, combines background, problem statement, and objectives in a few paragraphs. Literature review, often integrated into the introduction, highlights only the most relevant prior studies. Methods, short description of how the research was conducted, if primary research, results, key findings presented briefly, discussion. Analysis and comparison with existing research, often merged with results in short papers. Results and discussion section can be combined in research papers. Conclusion, main takeaways and potential implications. References, list of cited works. While both thesis and research paper follow the general pattern of introduction, body, conclusion, the research paper's structure is shorter, more compact, and often merges sections that are separate in a thesis. Purpose and audience differences. Thesis, written for an academic committee to demonstrate the author's ability to conduct independent, original research. The goal is to earn a degree and contribute to academic knowledge. Research paper, written for a wider audience, professors, researchers, or industry professionals, to share findings, review a topic, or present arguments. time and effort involved. A thesis requires long-term commitment, involving data collection, detailed analysis, and multiple drafts. A research paper is less time-consuming, but still requires good organization and analytical skills. Example for better understanding. Imagine you are studying renewable energy in rural areas. Thesis: you design and conduct a 3-year study testing different solar panel systems in remote villages, analyze their economic impact, and create a new model for sustainable adoption. Research paper: you analyze published reports and data to compare the cost-effectiveness of solar energy versus wind energy in rural areas, then write a 12-page paper summarizing your findings. The length of a thesis usually ranges from tens of thousands of words, often between 20,000 and 80,000, reflecting its deep exploration of a broad research problem, whereas a research paper is much shorter, generally 3,000 to 8,000 words for journal publications or about 10 to 20 pages for academic assignments, focusing on a narrow and specific topic. Overall, a thesis follows a step-by-step flow from the research question to the conclusion with comprehensive evidence, whereas a research paper delivers a condensed and streamlined narrative designed for faster reading and comprehension. Subscribe for more in-depth academic insights, and share this with anyone working on their thesis or research paper.